Welcome to the Wrestling Replays. Kato here with night number 2 of WrestleMania. We're going to go ahead and give you a rundown of everything that happened, everything that took place, and where do I see everything going right now in the world of wrestling. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. Night 2 of WrestleMania started off with a bang as far as intros. I think The Fiend had the best intro of the night to me. He went on to face Randy Orton one-on-one in a match where I said this will define The Fiend. This will really show you who The Fiend is going to be going forward and what his future kind of holds. The match, I liked everything about the match heading into the match. I like The Fiend going back to the red light, wrestling in the red light. I like The Fiend coming out not being charred and burned. He looked like he's healed, right? I like how dominant he was in the match. I mean, it was like nothing Randy could do could hurt The Fiend at all. And it had just one of the most weirdest endings I've seen in a long time in a WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss, she pops up. She takes The Fiend attention away. I don't understand from Randy Orton. Randy Orton hits The Fiend with an RKO and 1, 2, 3, the match is over. The Fiend pretty much dominated the whole match. Any type of offense that Randy Orton did muster up to gain against The Fiend, it really wasn't effective. He was able to just walk through a lot of his moves. So it made no sense that one RKO would just take The Fiend out, especially with him being so dominant in the match like he was. Now with The Fiend losing, that also brings me to the point of like where does The Fiend go from here? Like, why should we even care about The Fiend anymore? Is he dominant and is he a cool character? Yeah. But it's like he's not there to win. If he's not there to win, then stop booking him in the big matches against the top stars. Book him in against the lower ranking guys and let him just continue to dominate and terrorize the roster. But that isn't the case. It's not how he's being booked. So with Randy Orton defeating the Fiend, I don't know where do we go from here. With Alexa Bliss looking like had the black oil coming down her face. I'm not sure what that was supposed to be or signify to The Fiend. But, at the end of the match, the lights goes off. The Fiend and Alexa Bliss both disappear. Really have no answer. So you have to watch Monday Night Raw just to kind of figure out what's going to go on and what's going to take place with The Fiend and Alexa Bliss characters going forward. But I thought that was a horrible way for you to, to have The Fiend shown on WrestleMania. I just feel like it's just year after year that The Fiend character is just getting destroyed. So, great match to kick off the show, but it wasn't the results that I know I wasn't looking for, and I can't speak for everyone else, but judging from the tweets that I've seen and DMs that I got, no one else was looking for that type of ending as well. Even if the ending would have happened with Randy winning and maybe Alexa was mad and walked away from The Fiend or something like that. Something that, still make you want to pay attention to what's going on. But nonetheless, that's WWE being WWE. We'll just have to pay attention to watch what's going on. Now, we had our Women's Tag Team Championship match with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeating Natalya and Tamia. I thought it was actually a pretty good match. That definitely picked it up from the beginning match, which it wasn't hard to do. It was a decent match, a decent tag team match. I think the tag team champs should have walked away with the win. I think Natalya and Tamina needs to just gel a little bit more as a tag team. Hopefully they continue to wrestle as a tag team together. But I think the right move was to keep the belts on the current champions at the time, because these two women, they're dominant. One-on-one, they're dominant. So when you join these forces together and you have them on the same page, they're just going to be that much more dominant. But the match was actually pretty good. So the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match, that was next after the tag team match. I thought it was a pretty good match. I think that their chemistry in wrestling each other for years and years and years just kind of showed out in this match. I think the only thing that was really missing was a decent storyline. There was really no storyline. This whole Sami Zayn where everyone is have a conspiracy against him or whatever. I'm ready for Sammy just to get back to what he do best, and that's being in the ring and wrestling. He's great on the microphone, but this injustice stance, we've seen it before in other promotions, so it's kind of like it's not as fresh, and him and Kevin Owens storyline rolling into the match. It wasn't really it didn't have any type of quality to it. You know, it felt like it was just two good wrestlers thrown into the ring together, and they just put on a good match. I think if it had a better story behind it, the match itself and the meaning of the match, it would have just made everything much better. So that's the only thing that was missing to me, was a pretty good story behind the match. The match was pretty good to me. Thus far, I had it being one of the best matches of the night. But we was only 2-3 matches in, so that wasn't hard to do. Now, and next up we had a match that I was really looking forward to, and that was Sheamus versus Matt Riddle. I said in my wrestling replay on Monday Night Raw that this match will be really a defining moment for both guys. If Matt Riddle can defeat someone the caliber of Sheamus, who I believe is someone who should be, going after the world title right now, someone who should always be in contention for that title. If you defeat someone of that caliber, you solidify yourself as a champion. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much let it be known, like, hey, like, this title, it's on a certain level. It's on this level now where we're defeating guys who should be in the world champion race. So your lower ranking guys are going to really have to step their game up if they want to come in to be a United States champion. Now, you've got to remember, that title is coming off of Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is right now the world champion. So that just shows the type of prestige that this title has had just in this past year alone. Now, Sheamus went in there and did exactly what he was supposed to do. With Sheamus being the type of person I feel like that is a world champion competitor, he's supposed to go in there and defeat a guy like Matt Riddle, who is really good, but not quite there where he's supposed to be yet. And I think this will actually make for a really good feud. That was a hell of a match between the two. That actually was like one of my favorite matches of the night besides the main event. I think that was number 2 for match of the night. These guys went out there and they pulled all the stops. They had really great chemistry in the ring, so I liked everything about this match, even with Sheamus becoming the United States champion, because for one, Sheamus' new attitude, it was the attitude of a champion. You got to think, he was taking guys like Drew McIntyre to the limit, guys like Bobby Lashley to the limit. So he went in there tonight with Matt Riddle and did exactly what he was supposed to do. And I would love to see this feud to actually continue maybe for another month or so with Matt Riddle getting the rematch. And I want Sheamus to actually retain that title, for the fact that Sheamus will just bring even more prestige to that United States title than it already has. And when it's time for Sheamus to drop that title, you still got guys like Damian Priest, you got guys like Keith Lee, guys like Matt Riddle, who can take that title off of Sheamus, and Sheamus can thrust himself into that world title contention where I think he belongs anyway. All right. Now we have the Intercontinental title match between Big E and Apollo. I'm not too mad. I'm not too mad at how it went. It wasn't the best of matches, honestly, but I'm not mad at how it ended and, what happened inside the match. Night 1 so far to me was definitely the best night of WrestleMania. WrestleMania Night 2 was okay, a little lackluster at times, but it did have its moments and its spots with certain matches, right? We did get to see Dabba-Kato finally make his reassertion back into the WWE. I guess he'll be the bodyguard for Apollo Crews, which would fit. It could fit. I could see that being something that Apollo can actually lean on, a crutch he can lean on to help him have a nice long Intercontinental title run. Not problem, but I do want to see where Dabba-Kato goes from here. He's another one of those big men that we wasn't too sure about and what he could actually do. Now, at least for him, we did see him in a few type matches prior to this, so you kind of know a little bit what you can expect from him, right? I want to see, after him and Apollo break up and they had that little tiff, what's going to happen, what will come about for Dabba-Kato? Like, where will he go? Will he be a face? What's his move sets? How he looks in the ring? Is his finisher going to be the chokeslam or whatever? I just want to see more about Dabba-Kato going forward. And I think we're going to get that. So Big E looked like he's going to have an uphill battle trying to get the Intercontinental title back. Definitely gonna have a cage match. It's the only way to keep a guy like that outside the ring. I like him asserting himself in the match. I like everything about it, right? Just want to see how this storyline finished because it's been going on for a long time, kind of dragging on. So if Big E can't regain his Intercontinental title, will it thrust him into the world title picture, or where will he go? Will he go back in limbo? You kind of see he kind of reunited with New Day for a little bit on night number 1. Will they be looking to bring him to Monday Night Raw? It's a lot of questions that have to be left answered. Now, speaking of Monday Night Raw, we did see the women's title change hands. We did see Rhea Ripley in surprising fashion go out there and defeat Asuka, and she looked impressive doing it. I will say that she did look impressive in the match. It wasn't one of my favorite matches between the two. I've seen both of these women have better matches against other people. So, hopefully, the more chemistry they gain with each other, their matches will be a little bit better. I'm not sure if Rhea Ripley, is going to be heel going forward, if she's going to be a face going forward, but nonetheless, she is now the Raw's Women's Champion. Congrats to Rhea Ripley. Congrats to Bianca Belair. Look like the future is taking over, man. So, we gotta see exactly where they're gonna go. There's no way Asuka's gonna just take that lane down. I would love to get to a Rhea Ripley and a Becky Lynch like sometime later, maybe next year at WrestleMania. That would be crazy. That would be insane. Like those two clashing in the ring, their personalities, their style, it would be made for a crazy match. So we have to see what's going to happen with that. And don't forget about Charlotte Flair still being on the women's roster on Monday Night Raw. And the feud that Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair had prior to, that was really, really good when Flair was the NXT Women's Champion. So that could be something that they go back to. So we got to see what's going to happen, what's going to take place with Rhea Ripley being the new Women's Champion, and exactly what they want to do going forward. Now, we get to our main event. Best match of the night. These guys went out there and tore the house down. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. They closed the show like the show should have been closed out. I wish we would have had better matches prior to this, but it did what exactly it was supposed to do. It delivered. And I will say it was a shocker. I did not expect Roman Reigns to walk out with his Universal Championship tonight. I really expected Edge or Daniel Bryan to win, and that would be the way they get the title off of Roman Reigns, so that, he can rekindle a feud with one of them, being as though he didn't get pinned or tapped out. You could have rolled that into SummerSlam or something like that going forward, depending on how long they want to stretch it out. But Roman Reigns did retain his title, man, in dominant fashion, pinning both guys. So, I don't know where Roman goes from here. I really don't. I don't know if they're really looking to set up The Rock. I know he has a lot going on, but The Rock for SummerSlam would be awesome. One of my things that I wanted to see and haven't happened yet, I wanted Jey Uso to return and win the Men's Royal Rumble. Then he go on to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Maybe that's something else they could set up. The storyline's already there. We see how good him and Jey Uso was. So it'll definitely make for a good match. It'll definitely make for another good feud. And it'll just be another notch on Roman Reigns' belt as far as him being ahead of the table inside of that family. That's something I would love to see, but I have not seen any hints or returns or anything like that from Jey Uso. Where does Roman Reigns go from here? Big E's no longer Intercontinental Champion. That could be an option. Kevin Owens just did get a big win, but we just seen that. So I don't think that's really on the table right now. I'm pretty sure on SmackDown, we're going to see a new contender make himself known. Maybe someone coming up, maybe not. I wouldn't mind seeing Adam Cole come up, seeing as though I feel like his time in NXT, it's run its course, right? He's been a man in NXT for so long, and I feel like it's run its course. I wouldn't mind seeing Finn Balor come back. Either or, one of those guys will be, I think, a great match for Roman Reigns going forward. So I'm going to be tuned in to SmackDown Friday night to make sure I see what they're going to decide to do with Roman Reigns and him continuing his reign as Universal Champion, right? Overall, I thought night number 2 was okay. The main event really saved the match, and that Sheamus match really saved the event. I'm sorry. They both really saved night number 2 for me, because I had night number 1 heads over heels way better than night number 2. I still have night number 1 as my favorite of the two, but night number 2, it delivered more towards the ending, so I can't be upset about that. I'm not mad about that. Everything else, man, it's so much to look forward to now. The Fiend, what's going to happen with him and Alexa Bliss, Roman Reigns, his new contender, Sheamus, who will be his next contender? Will Matt Riddle get a rematch? I would like that storyline to continue. Rhea Ripley's the new champ. Bianca Belair is the new champ, and she's ran through the whole SmackDown division already. Where does she go from here? So it's a lot of questions that have to be answered in the upcoming month, and that's what I'll be looking forward to. So let me know what you all think about WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. Which were the best pay-per-view to you? Which night was better to you? Let me know what your favorite match was, and what do you think is going to happen going forward with so many twists and turns now inside of these rosters, man. Like so many new champions and everything. Let me know what you guys think. Comment as always, or drop a DM. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Turn your notifications so you know that every time I drop a new video, you'll get notified and be able to see it. All right, we're gonna have a giveaway coming up really soon. I'm not sure exactly what I want to give away yet. Last time I did merch. I'll probably do merch again. I'm not sure if I'm gonna limit it to pro wrestling tees or WWE or whatever. Maybe I'll just let the fans choose whatever they want to pick. Whatever brand you're a fan of more, I guess. So look out for that as well. I'll be having them rules and stuff coming up shortly on the Instagram page at The Wrestling Replay. So make sure you're following at The Wrestling Replay and you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss any of the giveaways. We're going to try to do one at least every 2 months, if not every month. So let's get the ball rolling on that. All right. I'm Kato. This was your WrestleMania Night number 2 replay. I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. I know I did, and I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. I'm signing out. Peace.